everyone of us know that to become an international registered nurse in an English speaking country, we need an English language competency test, which can either be an OET, an IELTS academic, IELTS UKVI or PTE. But we need a desired band score or minimum marks to qualify for that English language competency test. And trust me guys, that getting that desired band score is not easy. People attempt 2 or 3 times to get that desired score and still they cannot achieve it. But to make our life easy, the regulatory board or the nursing councils have started accepting the clubbing score, which we already know. But there had been made some changes, which I'm sure not every one of us know, because most of the subscribers asked me in the Instagram messages that we have given 2 OET or 2 IELTS, whether our score is eligible for clubbing or not. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about the minimum condition and the marks which you need to get in both the OET test or IELTS test, so that your clubbing can be successful and you get the desired band score which you need to clear your English language competency test. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Geeta UK Diaries. My name is Geeta Rawat and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel and press the bell notification icon so that you can get the information about my latest videos. And make sure you also follow me on the Instagram, and if you have any query or any doubt, you can message me there. Make sure you watch the video till the end. So I'm going to tell you about OET first. So whoever gives OET for NMC, you need a certain minimum amount of grade, so that if you achieve that, you are eligible to apply for the NMC registration. So what minimum band is required for OET? So in OET, you need at least a grade B, which is 350 or above in your listening, reading and speaking section, and you need a minimum of C+, which is a 300 or above in writing. But what about people who have attained a 350 in listening, 350 in reading, but hasn't attained 350 in speaking? So there is a provision where if you give another OET and have attained 350 in the speaking, you can club your OET score with some minimum requirements and you can get your desired band. It can be clubbed in, and then you can start your UK registration process. So let me show you which all the minimum requirements you need for your OET to get clubbed in. So the NMC will accept the clubbing of OET score provided the 2 OET tests have been given between a period of 12 months. Earlier it was 6 months, but now the NMC has extended it to a period of 12 months so that it will allow one for greater flexibility, and one can get more more time to prepare for retaking the another test. So number 1 rule is that the 2 OET tests should be done between a period of 12 months. You can combine your OET test scores across 2 test sittings, provided that you attain a minimum of grade B, which is 350 to 440 in your listening, reading and speaking, and a grade C+, which is 300 to 340 in your writing thing. So this is the minimum score. If you get that in your first test sitting, well and good, you don't need another OET. But what if you in any of your sub test, like in listening or reading or speaking, you don't attain that minimum of grade B? So then you need clubbing of your OET. If you give another OET within 12 month of period, the gap is 12 month, and in that second OET, if you have attained your desired subtest result, suppose in your first test sitting you didn't get a grade B in your listening, but in your second OET, which it took in within 12 months, you got your grade B in your listening. But then there is also one condition: all of your test score across both sittings must be equal to or higher than the minimum scores, which is grade C+ for listening, grade C+ for reading, grade C+ for speaking, which is 300 to 340, and a grade C for writing, which is 250 to 290. So let's understand this with an example. So suppose in test 1, if someone has got listening of C+, reading of B, writing of B, and speaking of B. So here all the criteria for getting the desired score except for listening, which is C+, because you need at least a grade of B in your listening. So when the candidate again gives a test which is within 12 months and he gets a score of listening of B, reading of B, writing of C, and speaking of B. So now the candidate has attained listening of B. So now if we combine both the tests, so we can see that so this combination would be accepted because the applicant has achieved a score of at least grade B in listening, speaking, and reading, and a score of at least grade C plus in writing across the two test sittings. And in both the tests, all of their scores are equal to or higher than grade C plus, which is 300 to 340 in listening, reading, and speaking, and equal to or higher than a grade C, which is 250 to 290 in writing. So let's take another example where the combined OET score is not accepted. So suppose if a candidate has given an exam OET test 1 and he has got in listening C plus, reading B, writing B, and speaking B. So everything was all right if the candidate would have also got a B in listening, but here the candidate has got a C plus in listening. So the candidate has again given a test, and in test 2 the candidate got listening C, reading B, writing C plus, and speaking B. So the combination would not be accepted because the applicant has a listening score lower than grade C plus, 300 to 340, the required minimum score in this domain in one of their test sittings. They have also not achieved the required pass score of B, 350 to 440 in listening. Now let's talk about the IELTS academic. So the minimum requirement for IELTS academic is your band 7 in listening, reading, and speaking, and in writing you need a minimum of band 6.5. So if you have attained all those in one go, well and good. But if you haven't, then there are chances that when you give your second IELTS academic within 12 months, and if you get the desired result while clubbing, start your NMC registration process. So now you can combine your IELTS academic score provided that you attain a minimum in both the settings. You attain a minimum of band 6.5 in reading, listening, and speaking, and a band of 6 in writing. So let's understand this with an example so it will be more clearer to you. Suppose a candidate has given an IELTS academic and in test 1 the candidate has got listening 7, which is well and good, you need that, reading 6.5, which you don't need, you need a 7, writing 6, again you need a 6.5, and in speaking 7. So here the candidate has not got two desired band in the subtest of reading and writing. So now the candidate takes test 2 within 12 months. He gets listening 6.5, which is acceptable because in test 1 he has already attained a 7. So he need a minimum of 6.5 in both the setting if for the clubbing thing. So he has got a 6.5, which is well and good. In reading, the candidate has now attained a 7, which he was lacking in the previous test. And then in writing, the candidate has again achieved a 7.5, which he was lacking a 6.5 in test 1. And in speaking, the candidate has got 8, which is minimum, which is more than the 6.5. So this test result is acceptable because the applicant has achieved a score of at least 7 in listening, speaking, and reading, and a score of at least 6.5 in writing across the two tests. And in both the tests, all of their scores are equal to or higher than 6.5 in listening, reading, or speaking, and equal to or higher than 6 in writing. So simple as that. Now let's see with another example where the IELTS academic clubbing cannot be done, accepted. Why? So see, in test 1, the candidate has got a listening 6.5, where you needed a 7, reading 6.5, again you needed a 7, writing 6.5, which is fair enough, you need 6.5, and then in speaking 7, you need a 7. So here the candidate is failing to attain a band of 7 in listening and reading. When the candidate takes test 2, he gets in listening 6. He needed to get a 7, but he did not get a 7. So the clubbing cannot be accepted. In reading, the candidate managed to get 7. In writing, the candidate has got 7.5, and in speaking, the candidate has got 7.5. So if in listening, the candidate would have got a 7, the clubbing would definitely have been accepted. So here, the clubbing would not be accepted because the applicant has a listening score of lower than 6.5. The required minimum score is a 7. So that's why the clubbing is not accepted. So I hope this video would have solved your all the queries and your doubts regarding the OET and IELTS clubbing thing. So I wish you all the best, guys, and please keep on supporting me. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for supporting me.